Tim, I just want to do a little sound check. Can you hear me?
I hear you fine.
All right, thanks.
Pray for the favor of this upcoming year, 2023, as we're able to watch the city of Cabot grow. Your glory, for all these things in the name of Jesus.
Amen. I'm going to pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, thank you. Let's go ahead and get started and have a roll call for the planning commission meeting.
Jones,
Here.
Prater, Knapp, Lowe,
Here.
Ward,
Here.
Howdy, Bird, here.
We do have a quorum. Let's go ahead and skip to our meeting minutes. Just get your packets. Let me know if there's any adjustments or revisions to those meeting minutes from the November Planning Commission meeting. If not, I entertain a motion to approve those minutes. Got a motion, Commissioner Lowe. Have a second?
Second.
Second from Commissioner Ward, roll call, please.
Lowe,
Yes.
Ward,
Yes.
Rowdy,
Yes.
Bird. Yes.
All right. Thank you for that. Those do pass 4-0. Let's go ahead and open our Board of Adjustment meeting. Roll call, please, Kim.
Young,
Here.
Prater. Knapp. Lowe,
Here.
Ward,
Here.
Rowdy. Bird. Here.
All right, we do have a quorum. Let's go ahead and get approval of the meeting minutes from November's Board of Adjustment meeting. Any corrections? If not, entertain a motion to approve those minutes as submitted. A motion from Commissioner Lowe. Do I have a second?
Second.
Commissioner Byrd, roll call, please.
Lowe,
Yes.
Ward,
Yes.
Rowdy,
Yes.
Bird. Yes.
All right, let's go ahead and jump into the first item of new business for the Board of Adjustment. Kim.
2008 North Second Street, variance to allow existing building to encroach within the rear setback limits.
Laura, would you provide staff report?
Yes. This property, as Kim said, is located in 2008 42nd Street. It is a piece of property that has an existing building that is located in the rear of the property. It was a residential duplex structure that they're converting to a commercial office use. The current zoning of this piece of property is C2. It abuts North Second Street. They are asking for the existing structure to remain in its current location so that they can again convert it to a commercial office use. It would be very costly for them to adhere to the regulations. They're converting from residential to commercial. They in essence have to tear the building down to make it meet the setback requirements. So this building has been in existence for many years. So they have just acquired the property and started cleaning up the property. The existing building that was in front of this building has already been demolished, so that they only have the rear piece of the property currently right now that they are starting to work with. So it currently sits about 3 feet off the rear property line, which butts up against a residential subdivision. Some of the things that you may want to consider when discussing this is maybe either setting some restrictions as far as some lighting restrictions in the rear, if not allowing any in the rear, so that way it doesn't have any adverse impact on the residents in the rear, or setting times for their solid waste pickup, or just those are some examples that you may want to discuss or ask questions to the applicant. Other than that, I can answer any question that you may have.
Okay, thank you, Laura. Tim, are you representing the applicant?
Yes, can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Great. Thank you guys for facilitating this by Zoom. Sorry I couldn't be there tonight, but just a couple of footnotes for consideration. Mr. Red, who was there tonight, and if there's any questions I can answer, I'm sure he'd be glad to. But the corners of the building, the building actually smaller than it was when he bought the building. And of course, my concern was with the fire chief. So I got with the fire chief, and he said that in the current situation we have right now, he doesn't have any problem with accessibility. So he didn't have a problem with it at all. But I'd be glad to answer any questions you may have. We're just trying to repurpose a building that's there. It would be very expensive to take that building down to start from scratch. And so we're just trying to make something better that what was there before. Be glad to answer what you may have.
Okay, thank you, Tim. Mr. Red, is there any comments you want to add to it? Okay. All right. Is there anyone here to speak for or against this item? Seeing none, I'll turn it over to commissioners. Any questions from commissioners?
Just to clarify, this This waiver, this would be for the existing building. Correct? This building was moved. The normal setback.
That's correct. Wouldn't that be right, Ben? I mean, this would only apply with this building, would not go with the property, but just with the building itself.
Mr. Chair, I believe this building was built back in 1985. It's been there for close to 40 years.
Yeah, it's been there before the residents came in behind that property.
Yes, that is correct.
I do think the considerations that Laura mentioned about the light fixtures to provide a full cutoff and waste pickup and those things are valid points to discuss. Is there anything else that needs to be considered that would have an impact on the residential area behind them?
Light commercial, open, out.
Or uses, I guess? It can't be an all-night club, right? I mean, it's Tim, is there anything that any hints of what the business owner is going to be doing as far as the actual use of the property?
Hey, Steve, if you're there, you might want to step up and kind of elaborate on that a little bit. C2 is general commercial, and I'm sure he could probably elaborate more as to what would be there than I could.
Yeah, so currently there was 4 quadplex there that would be demolished, side garages, gutted, and obviously cleaned up a bunch. Our thoughts have turned into 3 equal units, currently that is 3,900 square feet. So strictly offices, doctor's office, businesses, no restaurants, no daycares.
Great. Thank you. Any questions for Mr. Red? I'd entertain a motion from you guys for approval, but with the variances of making sure that it does meet code for cutoff light fixtures, waste pickup.
Make a motion to approve with the consideration for light fixture being cut off and hours for solid waste pickup to be considered the neighborhood behind.
Got a motion from Commissioner Lowe. Do I have a second? Second, Commissioner Ward. Roll call vote, please.
Lowe,
Yes.
Ward,
Yes.
Mounty,
Yes.
Bird,
yes,
The variance is passed 4-0. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Tim. All right, we're going to go ahead and adjourn our Board of Adjustment meeting at 7:10, and we're going to go and get over into our Planning Commission meeting and open up our public hearing. Kim?
part of the northwest quarter, northeast quarter, section 8.
Laura, you have a staff report?
We combine the staff report into one, even though we do have 2 items listed on the agenda. This is the actual bigger parcel, so part of the property is actually zoned C2, and part of the property is actually zoned R1, and I'm wanting to convert it to C3 with a special use permit for an RV park. So this property is located on Polk Street, just south of the North 2nd Street intersection of Polk Street, just along the north side of the railroad tracks. It is currently, again, zone, part of it is zone C2 and part of it is zone R1. The piece of property is all vacant right now. It is located adjacent to a flood zone that is along the north side of the property. The applicant is proposing to have a special use permit for an RV park with several lots, I'm sorry. With a special use permit, that the applicant submitted, there were some outstanding items that were not addressed, that staff feels that should be addressed. So the planning commission would need to take into consideration, those items, the property, along the, zones of C2 property that is to the west of it. We've got the school that is zoned R1 to the south of the property across the railroad tracks. So there are a few considerations that the planning commission will probably want to discuss with this item. If you've got any other questions, I'd be feel free to answer them. The applicant is here as well to address any comments that you may have.
Thank you, Laura. Aaron?
Thank you. Laura kind of the nail on the head there. I mean, I'll have any questions. Y'all wonder why part of it is C2, I believe a year ago or so. It was brought before you all and put in a daycare there. So it was rezoned for that daycare. My client has purchased it from the people that rezoned it. So I don't know why the daycare didn't happen.
So Aaron, there are a number of outstanding comments that need to be answered on this. Kind of feels like the application may not be totally complete. I know it's a sketch site plan, but there's a lot more requirements needed for this level.
Well, and that's what Laura and I kind of, what we did was we came in with a bits of a RV park outline as we could get in there. And some of the comments were like, well, you need a landscape plan. Well, that might change or may not be as many. My response was, we'll do a landscaping plan, it'll be in the preliminary and the site plan, and it'll meet all of the requirements, but why do we want to hire someone or pay me to do a landscaping plan that may be worthless? I mean, it could be completely worthless when it's written on it. Y'all approve it, and then we manipulate that a little bit, which happens a lot. We can change something because of sewer or water, storm drainage, tension, things have to move around a little bit. Then we change it, then it comes back before y'all. So there were a few things that Laura and I didn't agree on. That was one of them. Why do you want to pay for a landscaping plan that possibly could be worthless on a rezone? And then if you all approve the rezone and city council does not approve the rezone, then we can pay, my client is paid for something that really doesn't matter. It goes back to C2 and R1, and I don't know what happened. So I mean that's why some of those items were not addressed. Will they be addressed? You bet. If everybody rezones it, we will, when we submit it to y'all, actually review for approval, and we'll check all the boxes.
And Aaron, why was it submitted as a special use and not like a planned unit development? Or
Hey, Laura, if I answer that, my understanding is it's not a specific zone for. So we had to rezone it to the C3 and then ask for special use in that. I'd much rather rezone it to just an RV park. That's not wrong. There's not a zone.
There is not within city limits of Cabot, a recreation vehicle park. There's not a specific zone you can go in. You can only go into a C3 with a special use permit. That's the only zone that's allowed.
Is that for a reason, you think? I've got a lot of questions, really, but I'll read more. Maybe more city council type questions about being right at the road in the city, right in the schools.
That's the way.
So is there a certain reason why you're not allowed to have that in the city limits?
I honestly can't answer that because this was all developed prior to.
Yeah, just can't imagine one could buy a road in the city limits.
There, you know, that's, but now the RV park seems to be, what several people are looking. And you go towards Judge Sonia, you know, there's that RV park right there on 67, 167. I don't know if it's in the city limits of Cersei or Judge Sonia. I guess no, but right next to a church. It's very nice. If you've been to it. This one I had paved roads, and it's gonna be nice. Because what they don't want just weekenders, people that just come in, they want, you know, they want to cater to people that want to put an RV, that maybe work at the military or at the Rock Air Force Base or something. And they kind of like the one that's up by MacArthur, something like that. Yeah, I know you're gonna pop right up. But you know, so those are long-term people, contractors that work at the Rock Air Force Base, and they will stay there 1 month, 6 months. Some of them stay there a year.
It's an odd location for an RV park, just from a planning standpoint, because most of those are located next to a major freeway, easy on, easy off access, or next to a major state park or something. That this is sort of buried in residential, you know, zoning areas and next to the school, which seems, which I think Dr. Thurman is going to may have a few questions to ask, but.
The other comment I'd like to make is this zoning doesn't go with just this, this is rezoned C3. And they decide not to put an RV park there. You've got C3 zoning sitting there that's open for anything. Future. Just like the C2 that's there, we thought was a great idea for the daycare that's no longer either.
Yeah,
So
true.
that's a big consideration.
Yeah, that's true.
I guess the special use is only for RV parks, so. There is always a possibility.
Then would it stay with that property, the special use?
The special use would be for the RV parks, so no, if they, the RV park back out, you can. It's notified, it could be anything, they could go to the C3.
Okay. Any other questions for Aaron?
I bring up much, Aaron, you did mention about recreational park, about someone coming in for a longer stay, but under the use of a recreational park, it's short-term 30-day stay.
We'll have to put that into insurance.
Any other questions for Aaron?
Aaron, you can provide an answer to this. You think it's a good idea to have a park like that when you have a school?
That's a great idea. Got what's going right next to it, apartments. Classify everybody that doesn't live in a house.
I don't know if they do back there for chickens. I don't know if they do. I say all these parks. I don't think they do back there for chickens. Stay on these parks. Not only get rid of the farm, we're gonna do back. That's part of some of the things that concern me.
I know my mother on, my father-in-law both have RVs. They travel all over and stay several parks. Natural. And every time I've gone to visit them, the majority of the that are around the deal are older retirement. Now, you know, is that gonna be older retirement there?
Comment number 8 is also a concern. It looks like from your actual site plan that you've drawn, there's a lot of spaces. And have you considered that secondary access if this goes through?
Secondary access, but there's, I mean, we have one road, which is Polk Street. It's the only street that we we have more than one road that goes onto Polk Street. Now, you know, the city several years ago closed the crossing, went over the railroad track. Where Polk Street would go north and south, but now it's closed over the railroad track, it only goes one direction, but that's that seems to be a issue that I have no control. And obviously, you know, I'll have to give Bobby whenever the site plan and everything is put together. And we'll have to meet all the requirements, fire accidents. And he may come in and say, you know, you can only have, I do number 30. They say you can only have 30.
Okay, any other questions for Aaron? Go ahead and open it up for anybody else to speak for or against this item. Dr. Thurman, do you want to say a few things?
Tony Thurman, Superintendent of Cabot School District. Thank you for this opportunity to share your concerns. We've been looking into this, and first and foremost, we are for the growth and development. Cabot, and argue there's not a good market for RV parking. Of course, the concerns already been brought up by this commission, as is with the school district, of the location of this property. So we did have several questions that we would just like to make sure the commission is aware of. We feel like would be very pertinent. Our also as a school district being diligent, is we're to move forward and we did bring these forward in advance. Number one, how will the proposed RV park ensure compliance with requirements of Arkansas Code 514-128 and that's 2020. I talked to Mr. and they've been great. The city's been very helpful. The mayor has been helpful, sir, trying to help us understand how an RV park works with people that move in to stay for a long period of time. Those that the developer mentioned that are working in the area, how long they stay in the area. So of course, what I'm looking at is registered offenders, sex offenders living near schools, public parks, youth centers, daycare prohibited. Really, that would be more for an attorney to decide what does that link look like for someone that lives within close proximity. What is the link, the definition of living with an RV park of this nature? So that was one question that we had. Stay in compliance with that. You already mentioned, you mentioned background checks, those type things. For those individuals that did stay there for a long period of time, of course, you're looking at this site that is directly adjacent to, separated by the railroad tracks to the Freshman Academy, and very close to Middle School North. And eventually, the next year, the Cabot Learning Academy, which will be right here on Polk Street, adjacent to the Freshman Academy along the access road. Will the proposed RV park impose the length of stay restrictions? And refers back to that previous question on requirements for sex offenders within a residency within perimeter of school. If so, what limitations are proposed? How are those being monitored by the owners? And does the RV park developer intend to install some type of perimeter fencing between that property and the railroad tracks, just to separate out that accessibility? If so, what are the characteristics of the perimeter fencing? That was another question that we added. So I do think it's an opportunity to share with our.
Thank you, Dr. Thurman. Any questions for Dr. Thurman? Thank you. So Aaron, I had a question for you. If
Well, I can answer one of Dr. Thurman's comments.
yeah, go ahead.
Yes, there will be a fence around it. The type, I don't know. I can figure that out. They are also going to gate it as well.
Yeah, on the offenders comment, I mean, how do you monitor who comes and goes? And that's kind of the real issue, I think, with this whole thing is how do you know if, I think they're required to register.
Yeah, so when you rent a spot, okay, they give a key code in order to get into the game. So if you were to register spot 13, then that spot 13 would be there and in and out the gate each time you got to punch in a code in order to the gate, almost like a finish. You got to punch in a certain code in order to get it.
But as far as knowing if an offender, a sex offender moves in.
Well, because I don't gonna have to ask how they do that. I don't know. I don't know if, if y'all wanna table it for 30 days and let me try to get back, get all these answered for you. Because right now I've got 5 things written down here. One of them, I'm gonna have to talk to the fire marshal about. The rest of them I have to talk
I think the planning commission would feel more comfortable as if you're a developer or your owner and the district maybe talk, and if there's some things that were mutually, worked out or some agreement, that might be a good thing to have in terms of if this thing is even viable from being adjacent to the school district. I think that's a big concern. So I think that would be a good idea to get some background information, find out some more responses on the staff comments, and I think that'd be a great idea.
I am.
Commissioners have any questions?
I guess probably the proper thing to do, if I decide to do that, I'll try to relay some information tomorrow. Or she can get it to you all, get it to Dr. Thurman. Maybe have a better line of communication instead of trying to figure it all out here.
Agreed. Thank you, Aaron. A motion to table.
Make a motion to table.
We got a motion to table from Commissioner Byrd. Do I have a second? Second, Commissioner Lowe. Roll call vote, please.
Lowe,
Yes.
Porter,
Yes.
Rowdy. Yes. Bird,
Yes.
All right, 4-0. We are going to table that item. Next item, Kim.
R, Evan, Northeast Porter, Northeast Porter. R1, the special.
Got a motion to table item B. We have a second.
Second.
Roll call vote, please.
Lowe,
Yes.
Porter,
Yes.
Rowdy.
Yes.
Bird,
Yes.
All right. That is tabled 4-0 as well. Thank you, Aaron. All right, it is 7:29. We're going to go ahead and close the public hearing, and we'll go into planning commission new business. And the first item is replat, item A. Kim.
Plat, lot 1R, lot 1, High Crest Edition, by consulting.
Laura.
This is replat of lot 1, Pine Crest Edition. This property is located at the corner of St. John and South Second Street. This is also known as the property where the old Tasty Freeze used to be. This property is just a simple replat of 2 lots and then a partial 3rd lot into 1 lot, so that the property owner can do some improvements to the property. I believe there are only a couple outstanding items that can be addressed between the applicant and staff. So other than that, just a recap of just a simple replat of this piece of property.
And do you have anything to add? Thank you. I get a motion to approve the replat. Motion from Commissioner Lowe. Do I have a second? Second, Commissioner Ward. Roll call, please.
Lowe,
Yes.
Porter,
Yes.
Rowdy. Bird,
Yes.
All right, 4-0. That replat is approved. Item B, Kim.
Plat Plan, Walmart Supercenter. You got it.
Laura, staff report, please.
Okay, this is our Walmart Supercenter that is located at 304 South Rockwood. It's currently zoned C3. The applicant is proposing to add an additional 8,226 square foot to the north end of the property to expand the Walmart pickup station. The property again is along South Rockwood. There are a few outstanding items in the staff report. Actually, there's only one, I'm sorry. that, the water department, has stated that they need to submit the, state health department approval for the water and sewer mains as well as the fire protection prior to any construction beginning. Other than that, if you have any questions, I can address them. If not, I believe we have got on the Zoom if you have any questions.
Thank you, Laura. Is the applicant online with us?
Yes, this is Clinton Muse with CEI. Happy to answer any questions you guys may have.
Thanks, Clinton. Commissioners have any questions about this?
As a frequent visitor to that spot, that road in the back is really active. You know, a lot of people use that road coming out, but I guess the only concern I have with all that space that there is, there can be ample room for people to come in and out. It's during Christmas time when they have all that the stuff out there, the 18-wheelers, the boxes, whatever they have. It gets, to me, it looks dangerous as people crossing back and forth and kids driving through there. Have we thought about that at all?
Clinton, could you hear the question?
Yes, I could. I know we've got about 25, at least a 25-foot lane in there. She should be able to see around the corner of that building there based on the site triangles. I know any kind of delivery would come in, back up, and then back down into the loading dock there to your south west area. So we didn't see any concern in that.
Clinton, is the primary purpose for the daytime or pickups, like just a delivery pickups?
Yes, yeah, it would be for grocery and merchandise pickups.
Yeah, so there's a crosswalk that comes out of the building into the center section, but as folks are getting their things, they'll be wheeling carts all along that back line of parking, right?
Correct, that's right.
Yeah. To your point, Mitch, that's going to be that's a lot of
traffic nightmare. I assume that's Walmart's parking lot.
It is Walmart parking lot, and I guess to kind of elaborate on that, and not to speak for the applicant. That expansion is actually going to, in essence, where right now it's wide open parking spot. They expand that, it is almost going to funnel everything down to one lane. Where I don't believe, and again, the applicant can correct me if I'm wrong, they will not have any room to put those Connex boxes that you're referring to that they have out there. So now it's going to be strictly open for parking only for the grocery and merchandise pickup. Those Connex boxes, there won't be any room for them out there. That building expansion is now going to take that place. So it's going to funnel that traffic down to actually slow it down. So there's only going to be one lane for traffic to go through there.
one two-way lane.
One two-way lane,
Right.
yes.
Correct. There won't be any Connex boxes or anything like that.
Is there going to be type of traffic control devices along that little drive, or?
So we do have stop for pedestrian signs for the pedestrian crosswalk that you're seeing there.
Laura, what about landscape requirements for an addition like this? Does that kick in any type of landscape requirements for this
They're
expansion?
actually landscaping and everything.
Okay, thank you. Commissioners, have any other questions for either Clinton or Laura?
Yeah, according to the drawing, are you going to be improving that front entrance as part of this development?
No, ma'am. This would just be on the north end side of the existing store there.
Yeah, it shows some
You see, it's
lines.
a lot of- They're showing a lot of signage to break the traffic to the,
Yeah, the entries are enhanced, like there's new striping or something going on, so that. I see what Liz was talking about.
Well, and the reason why I asked this is because we made several trips to Walmart Superstore during the holidays. And right there at that main entrance, the lane that goes straight does not have a stop on the asphalt, but the right-hand turn lane does. And there is a stop sign. And I noticed a lot of confusion with people that were going straight that would stop first. So I don't know if that's something that could be changed. Or to me, it was confusing because I guess that's a three-way stop there. But a lot of people didn't know that they could go ahead and go on straight through that if you were going straight. I don't know, maybe both lanes maybe needs to stop there and that'd be a four-way stop instead of a three-way. Yeah.
Yeah, I see what you're talking about. We do have a new striping plan that we're showing on the very front entrance of the building out there. We are showing that, but it's mostly to match existing.
Okay, any other questions for Clinton or Laura?
I think it's gonna clean up that north side, once those boxes are out of there, and it's gonna organize it to where you are gonna, it's not gonna be total, it's a free for all
Yeah.
over there now, people passing, people going back to the pizza joint or wherever, you know, making a quick trip, I think it's.
Right.
I make a motion.
Okay, you got a motion to approve and second, I'm assuming those are approved with the contingencies that Laura spelled out. Correct?
Yes.
Got a motion from Mowdy and a second from Lowe. Roll call vote, please.
Love,
Yes.
Ward,
Yes.
Rowdy,
Yes.
Bird,
Yes.
All right, that site plan is approved 4-0. Thank you, Clinton. All right, now next to community input. Anybody got anything? Want to talk about the planning commission calendar? Anything? No? Okay. All right. Can I get a motion to adjourn? Get a motion? All in favor, say aye. Aye. All right, we'll see you next year. Thank you, everyone.